Chosen one. There comes a moment in life when truth hits people so hard it shakes their soul. A moment when the ones who underestimated you, disrespected you, doubted you, or treated you like you were insignificant, suddenly freeze and realize you were the one the entire time. The blessing they ignored, the helper they mocked, the light they tried to dim, the sincere heart they mishandled. And it hits them like 1,000 bricks, because now, with clarity, they see what Allah saw in you from the beginning: purity, loyalty, sincerity, and a softness of heart they will search for in others but never find again. They thought you were ordinary, but Allah had written a rank for you they couldn't comprehend. They thought they could replace you, but Allah created your soul with a uniqueness they cannot duplicate. And now, as Allah begins to lift you, protect you, and unfold your destiny in front of the very eyes that once doubted you, the truth becomes undeniable. You were always chosen, always protected, always guided, and they only see it now that you're gone. Chosen one. This is your awakening. Chosen one. The people who tried to break you, talk over you, embarrass you, manipulate you, or paint you as the villain never once imagined that the moment you stepped aside, you were actually stepping into divine protection. They thought your silence meant surrender, your patience meant weakness, your gentleness meant fear. But what they completely failed to see was that your restraint was your greatest strength, because it opened the door for Allah to take over the battle on your behalf. They thought they were dealing with someone unguarded, someone unsupported, someone easy to defeat, not knowing that every tear you held back was recorded, every injustice you kept quiet about was witnessed, every false accusation you swallowed was heard, and every pain you endured was counted by the Lord of the worlds. You didn't fight back because you were scared. You held back because you knew Allah sees everything, and He defends the sincere in ways that no human can comprehend. And now, as things crumble around them, as their own actions return to them, as their schemes unravel, they're shocked. Shocked that the person they thought they could walk over was actually someone Allah Himself was guarding. Shocked that every arrow they shot toward you bounced back. Shocked that the one they assumed was powerless had the most powerful ally of all. They never feared you, but now they fear the fact that Allah was on your side the entire time. Chosen one. Understand this with absolute clarity. The reason they never recognized your worth when you were right in front of them is because Allah Himself concealed your value until the exact moment they would feel the weight of losing you. Allah hid your goodness behind simplicity. He hid your wisdom behind humility. He hid your loyalty behind silence. And He hid your light behind patience. Because had they seen your true worth earlier, they would have tried to use you, manipulate you, claim ownership over your blessings, or attach themselves to your destiny for the wrong reasons. So instead, Allah allowed them to overlook you while you stood right next to them, allowed them to take you for granted while you poured sincerity into them, allowed them to misjudge you while your heart was protecting them, and allowed them to think they could find someone better while you were the blessing they would never encounter twice in a lifetime. And now, when the peace you brought is gone, when the calmness you carried is missing, when the stability you radiated has disappeared, when the sincerity you gave is no longer present, the reality hits them like a storm. They never appreciated the person who was sent to them as a mercy. Suddenly, conversations feel empty, friendships feel shallow, homes feel colder, and life feels heavier. Because the energy you carried was not normal. It was divine, it was pure, it was appointed. Now they realize that your presence wasn't ordinary. It was the barrier protecting them from chaos, the kindness softening their hardships, the guidance that kept them away from their own destruction. They didn't value you when you were accessible, but now your absence has become a mirror exposing every blessing you carried. And the moment they need you, when they look around and you're not there, that's when the truth settles in their chest like a weight they cannot escape. You were never the one who needed them. They were the ones who needed you, and they only discovered your worth when Allah allowed them to feel the void you left behind. Chosen one. One of the most painful experiences in life is being mocked not for your flaws, but for your faith for the very thing that makes you pure, grounded, and connected to Allah. They laughed when you chose patience instead of revenge. They smirked when you said, "I trust Allah." They rolled their eyes when you refused to cheat, lie, or harm others because of your conscience. And they mistook your kindness as naivete. They didn't understand that your refusal to retaliate wasn't weakness, it was taqwa. They didn't realize that your silent tears at night were not signs of defeat. They were seeds of victory being planted in the unseen. They didn't know that every time you forgave someone who didn't deserve forgiveness, Allah wrote your name among the elevated. They didn't know that every time you swallowed your anger for His sake, a door of risk quietly opened for you. They didn't know that every time they made fun of your prayers, your hijab, your modesty, your purity, your righteousness, your old-school morals, the angels were testifying in your favor. Your faith was your shield, even when you didn't realize it. It protected you from destruction, it redirected harm away from you, and it made you untouchable in ways that left your enemies confused. And now, as Allah begins to honor you publicly, lift you spiritually, expand you financially, and grant you a peace they cannot buy, they're stunned. The same thing they mocked is the reason you are rising. The same thing they dismissed is the reason you are glowing. The same faith they found boring, restrictive, or too much is the very force behind your protection and elevation. They can't understand how you survived, how you recovered, how you found strength, how you healed, or how you're moving forward with a heart that is still soft. It's because your foundation was never built on them. It was built on Allah, and anything built on Allah can never be shaken. What they mocked became your miracle. What they underestimated became your power. And now they are witnessing with their own eyes. The one who walks with Allah will always rise above the ones who walk with arrogance. Chosen one. You need to understand something very deep. The envy that people carried for you was not because of anything material you had, but because of what Allah placed inside you. Your heart, your light, your sincerity, your intuition, your resilience, your purity, your calling. Many people didn't envy your life. They envied your soul. They weren't jealous of what you owned. They were jealous of who you were becoming. They couldn't stand how you smiled through storms, how you stayed soft after betrayal, how you remained grateful in hardship, how your heart stayed pure even after being wounded, and how you carried yourself with humility despite possessing a strength they could never match. Some of them watched you and felt a burning inside their chest because your existence exposed what they lacked. Instead of improving themselves, they wanted to see you fall. Instead of admiring your growth, they tried to poison it. Instead of supporting your journey, they attempted to block your path. They gossiped about you, threw negativity at you, tried to isolate you, tried to make others doubt you, and did everything in their power to dim your light, believing that if enough people stood against you, you would crumble. But what they never understood is that envy can only harm someone whose blessings come from human approval. Your blessings were coming directly from Allah, and what Allah decrees for His chosen servants is unstoppable, unshakable, and unreachable by the hands of the jealous. Their whispered curses could not interfere with your destiny. Their evil intentions could not cross the shield Allah placed around you. Their attempts to destroy your reputation only purified it. Their desire to see you break only strengthened you. Every plot they created became the very reason Allah elevated you. They tried to drain your energy, but Allah refilled it. They tried to make you question yourself, but Allah affirmed you. They tried to close doors, but Allah opened ones you never even imagined. And now, as the pages of fate unfold, and your life begins rising in ways they never expected, The truth is hitting them with force. They wasted their energy fighting something they never had the power to control. They thought their envy could delay what Allah had written. They thought their hate could rewrite your destiny. They thought their bitterness could break someone Allah personally supported. But destiny doesn't bend for jealousy. It doesn't pause for envy. It doesn't shrink for evil eyes. When Allah decides to elevate a soul, He elevates it right in front of the same people who wished for its fall. And now, whether they admit it or not, they are witnessing a reality they cannot deny. Everything they tried to stop only grew. Everything they tried to block bloomed. Everything they tried to ruin became the fuel for your next chapter. Because chosen one, their envy was loud, but Allah's decree was louder. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can overpower what He has written for you since the beginning of time. Chosen one, what people are realizing now, painfully, slowly, and with a weight pressing on their chest, is that you were never replaceable, not even for a moment, and the only reason they see it now is because Allah allowed them to feel the emptiness of losing you. For so long, they moved through life thinking your love, your loyalty, your sincerity, your patience, your wisdom, and your emotional presence were things anyone could provide, as if your soul was something they could swap out whenever it became inconvenient. They believed they could mistreat you one day and expect you back the next, believing you would always return because of your soft heart. They acted like your forgiveness was guaranteed, your support was automatic, your prayers for them were endless, not realizing that the very things they took advantage of were rare gifts that Allah placed only in you. While you poured into them, they barely noticed. While you held space for them, they barely cared. While you healed them, they treated you like background noise. While you gave them comfort, they mistook it for dependency. They didn't understand that your silence was protection, your gentleness was strength, your patience was faith, and your loyalty was love. They didn't know that souls like yours don't come around twice. But then the moment arrived, the moment Allah removed you from their life, the moment your energy no longer touched theirs, the moment your presence no longer softened their storms, and suddenly everything changed. Now the people they turned to cannot read their emotions the way you did. The ones they preferred over you cannot handle their moods, cannot calm their anxieties, cannot support their spirit, cannot uplift their heart. They try to laugh, but it feels forced. They try to connect with others, but it feels empty. They try to open up, but they feel misunderstood, because the truth is haunting them. You weren't just a person, you were a piece. You weren't just a companion, you were comfort. You weren't just an option, you were a blessing Allah sent to them at the perfect time, and they mishandled it. And now, as Allah elevates you, heals you, and replaces their presence with better people, better opportunities, and better environments, they are watching from a distance with regret so heavy it suffocates them, because deep down they know they will never find another heart as pure as yours, another soul as sincere as yours, another presence as healing as yours, another love as loyal as yours. And the part that hurts them the most is knowing it was all preventable. You didn't walk away because you stopped caring. You walked away because they stopped valuing you. And now it hits them with full force. You were never replaceable. They were just too blind, too arrogant, and too spiritually empty to see who you truly were, until Allah removed you and made them feel the loss of someone who was one of a kind. Chosen one, understand this with absolute clarity. Your absence is not just a physical separation, it is a spiritual unveiling. Those who once walked beside you, who once laughed with you, who once depended on your energy and your presence, are only now beginning to see the full magnitude of what they had in their hands and what they foolishly took for granted. When you were there, they never noticed the countless ways Allah used you as a shield in their life, shielding them from chaos they didn't even realize existed, covering mistakes before they turned into disasters, absorbing negativity so their world could remain calm, smoothing out the rough edges of their character so they could appear stronger than they truly were. You were the silent mediator in their conflicts, the unseen healer of their wounds, the calming influence in their storms, and the invisible anchor keeping their world from spinning out of control. And yet, because your work was quiet, because your kindness was natural, because your loyalty came without expectation, because your wisdom came without demand, they dismissed it. They mistook what you were doing for normal or expected, never realizing that the energy, patience, and spiritual awareness you carried was a rarity placed by Allah only in you. But now, with you gone, the masks are falling. Suddenly, relationships are failing that once seemed unbreakable. Suddenly, people are acting in ways that reveal the depth of their immaturity, insecurity, selfishness, and dishonesty. Suddenly, the chaos that was hidden behind your guidance is visible to all, and they feel it in a way they cannot contain. The stability you brought, the protection you offered, the balance you maintained, it is now gone, and they feel it in their bones. Friends they trusted crumble under pressure. Workplaces they relied upon collapse under scrutiny. Family dynamics that seemed manageable turn toxic, and their own hearts feel heavier without the subtle, calming influence that only you provided. And they cannot fix it. They cannot rewind it. They cannot replace it. Because what you brought into their lives was uniquely yours, a combination of patience, faith, humility, insight, and spiritual resonance that cannot be replicated by anyone else. You were the hidden hand holding their world together, the quiet guardian of their reputation, the invisible energy maintaining their peace, the soft light shielding them from the darkness that would have consumed them otherwise. And now, Allah has allowed your absence to expose the truth they were blind to. They were only functioning at the level they did because of you, and the moment you were removed, the true reality of their instability, imbalance, and incompleteness was revealed. They are left with nothing to blame but themselves. They are left facing a world that feels harsher, emptier, and heavier. A world they once navigated smoothly only because Allah placed you there as their unseen guide. And in that emptiness, that realization, that shock, they finally understand the quiet power of a chosen soul. That sometimes the greatest impact someone has is not what they give openly, but what they carry silently, what they shield unseen, what they stabilize without recognition. Your absence is their awakening. Their confusion is your testimony. Their regret is proof that Allah used you in ways they could never appreciate, never understand, and never replace. And this, chosen one, is the divine justice of Allah. Sometimes the removal of the purest light is the only way the world can finally see how bright it truly was, and how much they lost the moment it left. Chosen one, the hardest, most humbling, and most revealing moment for those who doubted you, mistreated you, or took you for granted, is when they finally realize that your presence in their life was never accidental, that every smile you gave, every word you spoke, every act of kindness, patience, and loyalty was placed there by Allah Himself as part of a divine plan far beyond their comprehension. They begin to see now that the doors that opened for you, the opportunities you were given, the guidance that directed your steps, and the wisdom that flowed through you were not the result of chance, luck, or coincidence. They were intentional, precise, and meticulously crafted by the most merciful. Every step you took, every decision you made, every trial you endured, and every moment you held on to patience was aligned with a purpose they never recognized because their eyes were clouded by arrogance, ignorance, and envy. And now, as they watch your rise, your protection, and your tranquility, they feel the weight of the truth crashing into them like an unstoppable storm. They were not the architects of your story. They were merely witnesses to a destiny written long before they existed. The people who laughed at your sincerity, mocked your prayers, doubted your capabilities, and ignored your value, are now staring at the undeniable reality that Allah sent you with intention, not for their convenience, not for their entertainment, not for their validation, but for a higher purpose that only the most wise fully understands. They see that the strength you carried through hardship, the patience you held through betrayal, the faith you maintained through trials, and the light you radiated through darkness were all signs of divine appointment. They notice now that your victories were never random, your blessings were never accidental, your elevation was never unearned. Every moment was orchestrated by Allah's infinite wisdom, and the reality is hitting them with a force they cannot escape. They were never in control. They never had the power to break you, to define you, or to limit your success, because your life's trajectory was divinely protected and meticulously planned. Every insult they hurled, every slight they committed, every misjudgment they made, and every attempt to diminish your light only served as the very instruments Allah used to purify your heart, strengthen your soul, and position you for what was always meant to be yours. Now, they are left in awe, confusion, and sometimes regret, realizing too late that the person they underestimated, ignored, and mistreated was the one sent as a divine instrument, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by Allah's precise, all-encompassing will. And while they scramble to understand, to repair, or to reclaim what they lost, you are moving forward with clarity, faith, and purpose that only the chosen understand. They see now that your existence in their lives was never for them to control, never for them to exploit, never for them to measure. It was Allah's design, and the timing, placement, and impact of your presence were perfect. They are finally seeing the truth. The one they ignored, laughed at, doubted, and dismissed was the one Allah sent for a reason, a purpose, and a destiny that they could never replicate or interfere with. They see it now, and the weight of recognition is crushing the undeniable proof that your life has always been under the protection, guidance, and plan of the Most High, and that from the beginning, your existence was never ordinary, never random, never accidental. You were sent for a reason, chosen for a purpose, and guided for a destiny that only Allah could orchestrate, and they are only witnessing the truth now, long after the fact, too late to alter what was always meant to be yours. Chosen one, as these lessons settle into your heart, understand this. Allah has written your story with precision, wisdom, and mercy that no human eye can fully see. Every trial, every silence, every betrayal, every overlooked moment, every underestimated effort, every tear, and every prayer has been carefully recorded and perfectly orchestrated to prepare you for the rank, peace, and elevation you now hold. The people who doubted you, mocked you, and mistreated you are only now witnessing what Allah always intended, that you were never ordinary, never replaceable, never accidental. Your patience was His shield, your faith was His weapon, your absence was His revelation, and your presence was His mercy. And now, while they scramble to comprehend the magnitude of what they lost, you walk